Hey guys, it's Flor Martinez Zaragoza, also known as Flower in Spanish. I'm here to talk to you about the Registry Bill. What is the Registry Bill? HR 1511 and S2606. And I'm here to talk to you about the Registry Bill and why it's the closest option to immigration reform. Now more than ever, we need immigration reform due to advancing technology, replacing many farm workers and undocumented workers across the country. But also because it's election year. And if what's his name wins, there will be no more DACA. And there will be continuous attacks on our undocumented community. And for the record, we are not the real immigrants. We were already on this land. We are indigenous, native to the land. And it's time we are confident in expressing that. We are confident in telling the truth about who we are, because we've been lied to the whole time. We've been called Hispanic, Latino, immigrant, illegal, you name it. But what we really are is we're Native American. And it's important to say it out loud. So what is the Registry Bill? The Registry Bill is nothing new. The Registry Bill is actually the same bill, the same law that got us immigration reform back in 1986, over 38 years ago. So when we say immigration reform, we're asking them to update this bill. Since the last time it was updated was 38 years ago, all we're asking for is for them to update the year so people can actually qualify. Because no one can qualify now. It's outdated, it's expired. The bill doesn't help anybody anymore, the old bill. So now we're asking, when they update the registry, they're updating that registry. They're making it so people can actually qualify. So people have the freedom to travel. So people are protected from deportation and are no longer living in fear and are able to exercise their rights. This bill will give millions a pathway to citizenship. This includes farm workers, street vendors, back-of-house workers, all undocumented workers. This will include DACA recipients, TPS holders. And DACA recipients, I'm looking at you. Because if what's his name wins, there will be no more DACA. And I need you to know that because you need to have an urgency on getting this immigration reform. And this bill that's on the table is the best option I have seen in my years of advocacy for immigration reform, and we can't miss this. You need to tell your friends, your family, everybody needs to know about the Registry Bill, updating the registry, HR 1511, S2606. Remember those numbers. This is the law that is going to give you a pathway to citizenship. This is what's going to give you the right to work. This is what's going to give you family reunification. I personally have my mom over the border. This bill is going to unite families. Our community struggles so much because of the family separation that comes with an unjust immigration system. Our communities struggle every day. We see our parents, our grandparents missing back home, missing their parents. They deserve to see their parents. They should not live in pain. They should be able to travel as they'd like. They are human beings like you and I. What makes them different? A made-up border? They're still the Native Americans of this land. They're definitely not the immigrants. We are not the immigrants, and you need to understand that. It's all about the language, and we need to be clear, and we need to educate our communities. This will give you the freedom to travel wherever your heart desires. You would have the right to vote. You would feel like your vote, your voice matters. And your voice does matter because you deserve to be able to vote in local, state, and federal elections because your voice is how we create change. And you should have the right to talk and vote on education, different policy, things that will change your world and will change the world around us. But in order to do that, you need to have citizenship. And to get that, you need to join us in fighting for immigration reform, fighting for them to update the registry. And most importantly, this will give you a peace of mind because our communities struggle with their mental health because all of the issues that come with immigration takes a toll on our communities. And right now, more than ever, we need to pay attention to our community's mental health. And we need to bring awareness to the advancing technology, AI. The farm workers, they're sprayed with pesticides every day. They're doing backbreaking work. They're underpaid. They're violated. They're abused. And they have no rights. They feel like they have no rights. They don't even speak up. If they had citizenship, they would be more confident to get unionized, fight for their rights. These poisons are being sprayed on your food, and they're the ones that get sick first, so we see them get sick. They're like the whistleblowers. So it's important that we give them citizenship, because they'll have more confidence to speak up about the things they see before technology replaces them. And then who's going to tell you about the effed up they're putting on your food? We have to reconnect with our connection, and we have to get back to being connected to our food, because food is either poison or medicine. So the urgency for immigration reform, the urgency now is, yes, advancing technology, which is going to replace a lot of undocumented workers, which we could fight for, because who really wants robots in charge of their food anyway? Not me. The urgency comes from, for example, DACA recipients like myself. If what's his name wins, we lose DACA. And then what are you going to do? Where are you going to work? How are you going to support your family? No one will accept you to work for them without a social, without a work permit. So this is about you too. And you need to pay attention, and you need to fight for your rights. We invite you all to our first action of the year. La Caravana, February 14th through the 17th. We will be caravanning from San Isidro, which is the Mexican and U.S. border. We will be going to San Diego. We will be going to Riverside, Los Angeles, Delano, and caravanning all the way through Central Valley to get to the state capital, Sacramento, California. Along the way, we'll be doing many actions, from installations to demonstrations to rallies to marches. We're going to do it all. But we can't do it without you. So we invite you to join us and be a part of this movement, because no one's going to do this for us. It's going to take all of us. 4 days of going cross-state to the state capitol to demand a pathway to citizenship, but to also bring awareness to the registry bill, while also bringing the urgency for immigration reform. And the urgency comes from advancing technology, replacing many undocumented workers. And it also comes from the attacks on our communities. And if a certain politician wins, we're going to lose a lot. We're going to lose DACA. So you need to act now. This is the year to act. We have until the end of the year to win this. So we invite you to the first action of the year, La Caravana. Email your representative. Call your representative. You know what? Call your representative. Right now we have 77 co-sponsors, and we need 100. We need 100 to take this bill to the next level. Right now we have 77 Democratic representatives, and we need 23 more. So we need you to call your representative, no matter what party it is, and let them know that you demand a pathway to citizenship. This is what it's going to take. We need every single one of you to call your representative. You have power. You're all a part of a district with a representative. You need to call them and tell them, where do you stand on this bill? The registry bill, HR 1511 and S2606, which is the Senate. And California is already on board. We need other states to call their reps. You have power. You need to use it. You have local power. You have state power. And this is a federal bill. But without you, we can't do this. Everybody needs to do their part from where they are with what they can. So even if you're not in California, I mean, you see what's going on in Texas, Florida, call your representatives, call them out. There's politicians out there whose parents benefited from the same bill back in 1986 who have said no to the bill. I think that is so crazy. But it's time to call those politicians out, because enough is enough. It's time to get rights for our people. It's time to demand a pathway to citizenship. And it's time to tell the truth about who we really are. We're not Hispanic, we're not Latino, we're not immigrants, we're not illegal. We're the indigenous people of the Americas. We are the Native Americans, and you need to have the confidence to say that, because it's all about language. They've made you feel like an outsider, like a foreigner for so long. And it's time for you to take back your truth, speak the truth, talk about the genocide that they did on our people and when they first got on this land. Talk about the Treaty of Guadalupe, February 2nd. They didn't even keep the treaties that they promised they would. After the Mexican-American War, they deported almost 2 million Mexicans, to be exact. 1.5 million were U.S. citizens, and they illegally deported them. There has been attacks on our communities, and it's time we take back what they have taken. We are the kids. We are our ancestors' wildest dreams, and we cannot let them down. We need to do this for ourselves, our family, and our community. You need to do this for yourself, your family, and your community, because nobody else is going to do it for you. Ahí nos vemos. Ciao.